Welcome to The Matter of Fact, our third edition show. I'm Mitch Gallo alongside Toby Elliott, and today we're reporting from Carrefour Laval, the mall.
And I'm judging by the fact that you got a Christmas hat on that this is a Christmas themed show.
And I'm wondering why on a Christmas themed show you dress like you're going to prom.
Ow! I didn't get the memo. Anyways, apparently we've got a great Christmas show lined up for you today. Everything all about Christmas all the time.
One sports story though.
One Christmas stories brought to you by the Matter of Fact team. Coming up on today's show, sugar consumption, the holidays, and you.
Why does it seem like people love to procrastinate so much? Well, Mike Connors went to find out.
We'll tell you how to have an eco-friendly Christmas.
And at Christmas, everyone loves receiving presents, so we'll tell you what the best presents of all time are.
I want a brand new car, a twangy guitar.
Do you know what the best part about Christmas is? By far, it's the presents.
Alright. This is sugar.
No, it's the presents.
Everybody knows sugar is the best part about Christmas. But, well, kind of. Because I always end up... Do you feel fat? I feel fat. I feel fat right now. In fact, I feel like Barney.
Is that healthy?
No. I don't know how to stop.
Well, Jen Friedis went and checked out whether artificial sugar is better than natural sugar.
You want a piece?
Can I have one? Thank you.
A teaspoon of natural sugar contains 15 calories. Artificial sweeteners are calorie-free. They are up to 300 times sweeter than natural sugars. Claudine Larivière is a dietitian. She believes fake sugars should only be consumed in certain situations.
So specifically for people who need to be losing weight or need to control their blood glucose levels.
Stevia is a plant. The sugar extracted from the leaves contains no calories. Health Canada hasn't approved it as a sweetener yet, so it's labeled as an all-natural product. Pepsi's Aquafina Plus vitamin drink is Canada's first mass-selling product containing stevia. When it comes to healthy people, Claudine thinks it's best they don't opt for stevia or artificial sweeteners.
Natural sugars then should be used and continue to be used within a healthy and balanced diet.
The Canadian Sugar Institute estimates that Canadians consume roughly 65 grams of added sugars per day. This amounts to 13% of the total calorie intake that we take on a daily basis. Now, this number is a moderate number considering that the dietary reference intake suggests that added sugars should not take up more than 25% of our daily calorie intake.
Our bodies can't tell whether sugar is coming from the food we eat or whether it is spooned from a bowl. Personal fitness trainer Martine Riscala agrees that natural sugars are the healthier choice. But she says it's important to always be aware of how much sugar is in our food.
We want to be careful of our fruits, that we don't have more than 2 or 3 fruits a day the size of the palm of our hand, because fruit is high in sugar.
Even with Christmas around the corner, Martine suggests that we should still keep track of our sugar intake and how much of it we burn off.
If we don't exercise enough, will cause a weight gain.
On the other hand, Claudine tells us to indulge in all of the holiday sweetness.
I think we should enjoy our Christmas and holidays food and then just go back to your healthy lifestyle.
Whether we'll be opting for the natural sugar or dashing for the artificial sweeteners to save on calories, we should always consume sugar in moderation, especially during Christmas time. For the Matter of Fact, I'm Jennifer Friedis in Montreal.
Everyone knows it's Slinky, it's Slinky.
At number 3, we have the Slinky. Designed by naval engineer Richard James, it became the most popular Christmas gift of 1943. The Slinky has sold more than 300 million units. At number 2, the Rubik's Cube took the world by storm in 1974. The three-dimensional puzzle is widely considered one of the world's top-selling toys of all time. And at number 1, nobody will ever forget the Tickle Me Elmo. This was the must-have toy of 1996, and people went crazy just to get one Tickle Me Elmo. The $30 toy was fetching over $150. New versions of the toy have been released sporadically since the original.
The newest huggable member of the Tycho Sesame Street family.
I'm dreaming of a green Christmas, just like the one I used
Toby.
to know.
Okay, couple things.
What?
Number 1, are you feeling all right? And number 2, the lyrics to the song are White Christmas and not Green Christmas.
They're not. I'm dreaming, Mitch, of a day when every man, woman, and child will celebrate a green, eco-friendly Christmas. And if you listen to Kim Summers' next pack, you'll find out just how.
Chestnuts, rose. Okay, just go.
Christmas, one of the happiest times of the year. Happy faces, decorated trees, and a pile of gifts underneath them. All beautiful things that eventually end up in the dumpster. That makes you wonder, is there a way to make your white Christmas greener? Located at the corner of Sherbrooke Street and Melrose Avenue, Coop La Maison Verte is a must for everything eco-friendly and ethically responsible. I visited the store to find out how to save the planet during the holiday seasons. Store manager Kurt Houghton gives us a few of his tricks.
Simplify. As a first action, I'd say simplify. Our lives are already complicated enough as it is. Think about ways that you can make the holiday season a little smoother, a little simpler, maybe a little bit less traveling. Find ways to buy less so that you can try doing gift exchanges with family and friends so that you only have to buy one present instead of 5 kind of thing. And look to find stores that offer products that can be more ethically sourced and ethically produced.
At the co-op, you'll find plenty of small gifts that will help you stay on budget while polluting less. You can also come up with creative ideas yourself. Bake Christmas cookies, offer tickets to a concert. Gift cards also make for a great non-polluting gift. Here are Autumn's favorite for this year: fair trade coffee and chocolate, candle holders made out of recycled bike parts, beeswax candle, and a papaya tree. I'll sure give it a try this year, will you? For matter of fact, I'm Kim Summers at Coop La Maison Verte.
Dashing through the snow.
If you want to see more Kim Summers, stay tuned. Editorial coming up later on in the program, and we will have sports, I promise you.
Yeah. Anyways, guess what I'm doing after the show today?
What are you doing after the show today?
I'm decorating my Christmas tree.
Okay, so?
Well, everybody decorates a Christmas tree. It's Christmas, it's what you do.
Why are you so jazzed up about it, though?
I don't know why, actually. I don't know why. I set out to find out why we decorate Christmas trees at Christmas.
The smell of the Christmas evergreen is as firmly rooted in North American tradition as Santa Claus himself. The idea of cutting down a tree to bring it inside is older, however, than Christmas. During the winter solstice, ancient cultures wove evergreen wreaths as a symbol of the renewal of life. But how did Canadians get into the evergreen business? About 230 years ago, Baron Friedrich Riedzel, a German immigrant in command of soldiers in Canada, was captured. He and his family were held prisoner for 2 years in New York. Upon their return to Canada, the Baroness held a true German celebration, complete with a Christmas tree cut from the forests of Quebec. That's right, the Quebec town of Sorel can boast of having Canada's first Christmas tree in 1781.
The holiday season can be pretty hectic. Businesses have their year ends and students are scrambling, trying to get some last minute studying in, and people are trying to find the perfect Christmas gift for the person they love. Are you all right, Toby?
Sorry?
Are you okay?
Yep. No. I think it's that sugar. It's crashing. Anyway, go on. Sounds interesting. Let's go.
Anyways, why people put everything off to the last minute, I have no idea. But after putting it off for weeks on end, Mike Connors went and checked out what the deal is with procrastination.
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 I had a paper due Wednesday for my intro to sexuality class, and still a work in progress because, you know, things come up. So like this right now.
Neil is a communications undergrad at Concordia University. Like an estimated 95% of students, he understands the way of the procrastinator.
Before I start a paper, I always look at the late policy to know what I'm working with, you know, and then we go from there.
Neil might be in the 20% of procrastinators known as chronic offenders. His buddy Tom, on the other hand, managed to get his homework done even while we were around.
You're just looking for every absolute thing you can do that's going to prevent you from getting your paper done. So it's like, all of a sudden, yeah, 2 showers a day. Of course, like I always shower twice a day now. You know, 6 times a day, as long as it prevents me from getting my paper done.
Maybe Neil's right. I mean, I'll sit down to get something done and all of a sudden everything else is like 10 times more fun. Once while procrastinating, I decided to seek an expert's opinion. Why can't I stay focused?
People will procrastinate when they're uncertain about how to proceed or when they have doubts about their own competency. But many of these are irrational thoughts. In fact, once they get down to it, they realize, well, yes, they can do this task. It's not necessarily easy, but they can sort it out.
Procrastination is defined as the deferment of tasks to a later time. It's a mechanism for coping with the anxiety associated with completing any complicated task or decision. Procrastinators are thought to have a lower than normal level of conscientiousness. They have dreams and wishes of perfection that clash with the realistic requirements of completing what they have to do. Emotionally speaking, though, it's all about doing what gives immediate satisfaction in place of doing things that are perceived as difficult or arduous.
And we want to give in to feel good. We want to feel good. And one way to do that is to put off the task at hand. And then we say things to ourselves like, oh, I'll feel more like it tomorrow, or I work better under pressure. And all those things are just meant to reduce the distance we're feeling between what we said we're going to do and what we're doing.
What Dr. Pitchell means by dissonance is cognitive dissonance. It's that uncomfortable feeling when you hold two contradictory ideas simultaneously. Basically, you know that you're not doing what you should be doing. This can lead to guilt, anxiety, shame, anger, embarrassment, and stress. The opposite of this is the state of harmony, or consonance.
All these reasons and I still can't stop. Why? It's not like I'm only hurting myself. I'm also hurting those around me.
Mike, where is it?
I was about to, and
The guilt of disappointing others can be the worst part. If you're unreliable, you can lose the respect of those around you. Research has shown a strong correlation between depression and procrastination, but it's unclear how one affects the other. Still, it's a matter of control.
Well, I mean, like, I guess it would be nice to, like, get my A that I deserve rather than a B- by handing things in on time, but
It wouldn't be having as much fun.
Baby steps, you know?
And it's a lot more rewarding when you put your whole self into your work and delve deeply into that, learn and enjoy it, and then also delve deeply into play. But don't live in the middle ground. Either work or play. But don't live in that middle ground where you're pretending to work if you're really procrastinating, because you do neither well then.
Learning to control procrastination is learning how to self-regulate. It might be the single most important thing anybody can teach themselves. It might also be the most difficult. My advice is, take a deadline and work backwards from there. This will help you get everything in perspective so you can get the job done. I'm Michael Connors, for The Matter of Fact, reporting from Concordia University.
I have to run.
What do you mean run? Camera, Christmas show, Matter of Fact.
I know, and it's you don't realize Santa is here, and I have to go see him. So I'm sorry. You could do just fine. Bye.
How did Santa become that big, fat, lovable guy that we know? That's what Toby's gonna go find out right now.
What's behind the fat, jolly man in the red suit? We took to the streets to ask Montrealers if they know where Santa Claus comes from.
North Pole.
How about you?
I think he comes from Scandinavia. I think that's where he originally comes. Sweden, Finland, Norway.
In the ice fields out there, Father Christmas comes from there.
I think there's a Sinterklaas from Germany, but I only know that because I watched The Miracle on 34th Street.
I guess I would have to say it comes from Germany. You know, the Easter Bunny comes from Germany, so...
I just think it was a collection of myths that everyone had in common.
he used to put naughty kids in the Santa sack, and his henchmen and Santa would beat up the naughty kids.
Santa's Claus is coming to town.
Christmas is not a time to go hungry, and a lot of charities are hitting the pavement trying to collect donations. They want money and food to put together for the needy. Our editorialist Kim Summers gives us some good reasons why you might want to donate.
Imagine having no food to put on your table on Christmas Day. No turkey with cranberry jelly, no meat pies, no meal to share with your loved ones. That's the reality over 8,000 families face in the Greater Montreal area, and this number is expected to increase this year due to the financial crisis. Here lies the problem. An increasing number of families rely on fewer and fewer stocks in food banks. The economic crisis has hit hard. Donations have plummeted by 20% at Montreal, one of the largest food banks in the province. Many hungry families were turned down because stocks were running so low. Charities also need a little help. More than ever, money and food donations will help make Christmas sweeter for many families who rely on food banks to put a feast on their tables. Fundraiser events such as the Guignolé will help replenish their shelves, which might barely make up for the deficit. Doorbells will be ringing in your neighborhood, and don't be afraid to open the door. Your donation might just make this holiday season magical for a family. Isn't it what Christmas is really all about after all? For a matter of fact, I'm Kim Summers at the Saint-Elzéar Parish.
The Grand Guignolé des Médias will take place December 10th, and if you need more ideas on how to donate or what to donate, moissonmontreal.org would be your site.
You know what? We spoke about presents and how we love presents, and we spoke about candy and all that great stuff at Christmas, but I have to say I'm also a pretty big fan of the television specials. What's your favorite one?
It's a Wonderful Life. Jimmy Stewart makes me cry every time. I just like load the popcorn and I sit there and I watch it over and over and over and over again.
Well, unfortunately for you, that didn't rank in my top 4, but check out what did.
Oh, Frosty.
Frosty the Snowman made his debut in 1950 and is still a favorite every holiday season. Frosty the Snowman was actually so popular, a sequel, Frosty Returns, was later released. You know, you can't go wrong with Dr. Seuss. The Grinch Who Stole Christmas offers a moral-based story of an evil monster eventually turning good. Written in rhymed verse and a blockbuster movie starring Jim Carrey, his help made this one of the favorites come holiday season.
I think there must be something wrong with
But
me, Linus.
ChristmasAlmanac.com says the best holiday special of all time is A Charlie Brown Christmas. The ultra-depressing cartoon has even won an Emmy.
I guess.
Alright guys, now that Toby's gone, it's my chance to talk a little sports. I know it was a subpar year for the Concordia Stingers, however it wasn't so subpar for their quarterback Rob Mackay. Mackay actually set a passing yard record in a single season in the Quebec Conference. Well, his teammate Alexander Turp sat down with him, got his take on the season, and found out what he was going to do with his holiday time.
So now the record book of the Quebec University Football Conference reads, single season passing yards leader, Rob Mackay. How does it feel?
Feels good. I mean, obviously when I started the season, I wasn't thinking about that or aiming for that. I much rather would have had a winning record and a trip to the Vanier Cup. I think it's safe to say I traded in for that, but I mean, it feels nice. It's something I'll have for a while until someone else comes along.
During the year and a half that you're gone, in comes this hotshot rookie, Liam Mahoney. He steps in, wins Offensive Rookie of the Year in Canada, goes for 2 consecutive seasons to the Quebec final. Did it ever occur to you that your window of opportunity as starting quarterback for the Stingers might have been closed?
It was tough to watch him do. I mean, I wanted the team to win, but at the time it was tough to watch him do so well because I was thinking, uh-oh, you know, what am I going to do? But Coach McGrath was reassuring, and I knew that once I was healthy, I'd be back playing quarterback.
So now Liam Mahoney has been moved to receiver. How is your relationship?
It was quite smooth in terms of our relationship. He and I sat down and spoke about it before the season started, so it really wasn't an issue at all throughout the season.
So you obviously had to shake off some rust after missing a year and a half's worth of action. Was there a point in the season when you said to yourself, okay, I'm back at 100% now?
When the first couple games were tough and a couple bad bounces during the 3rd and 4th game, but once we got that first win, I thought, all right, I'm ready to go now. I got that first win under my belt. It's behind me and I'm ready to move on.
So you're from Ontario. Are you going back home for the holidays?
Yeah, I'll head home. I'll go, my last exam's on the 19th, so I'll head home, see the family, and it's always good to be home over the holidays. That's where the heart's at, so I look forward to it.
Rob Mackay, congratulations again, and thank you for your time.
No problem, it's my pleasure.
For Matter of Fact, I'm Alex Sontorp.
And that's about all the time we have for you today on The Matter of Fact. Signing off, I'm Mitch Gallo.
And I'm Toby Elliott.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Well, Mom and Dad said be good, so I did what I should. Hung my stocking on the wall, didn't get a thing at all. Don't believe in Christmas.